wonderfully fruity. Welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. My name is Horst Lüning. I'm the master taster of Whisky.com, and today we have a whiskey from, the eastern part of Europe. It's from Czechia. It's the Gold Cock, 20 years old. It's uncolored, unchill filtered. It's a single cask, and it's only 50 euros. So it's quite cheap for a 20 years old whiskey. And I had the 12 years old already, and I remember it as a very fundamental, basic and good whiskey. So they know what they are doing there in Czechia. And here on the card box, they have a few things to say. So this is aged in Czech oak barrels. That means there is another bottle, 1995, with a round tube. And that one was, I think, matured in Quercus sessiliflora, which is the Durmast oak or the Cecil oak. And I thought this one would be matured in that oak as well, but no. This one is matured in European winter oak called Quercus petrae. Definitely no American white oak, and we can suggest that there will be a stronger influence of the oak on the whiskey as from the American white oak, which is quite light in maturation. So this is a single cask bottling, non-colored, non-chill filtered, and 49.2 ABV. The history of the Gold Cock whiskey started in 1969 when malted barley produced by maltings in the city of Bruntal was distilled for the very first time in Tisecice distillery near Olomouc. It is, no idea how to pronounce that. It is where the new make spirit was filled into oak casks and stored for maturation. The first bottle of Gold Cock whiskey were released in 1973, and I one time had a Gold Cock 23 years old, and I think that was from the time before the Iron Curtain fell. So it was a communist whiskey. After years of communism, as well as long and difficult process of privatization, misspelling in it, both the distillery and the trademark of Gold Cock whiskey were just a step from closure. In 2006, the company Rudolf Jelinek, traditional producer of plum brandy and other fruit distilled spirit located in Vitsovice, acquired the complete stock of Gold Cock single malt whiskey, its production technology and trademarks. When they acquire a stock, they are only able to acquire a malt whiskey stock. Single malt whiskey is it if it's in a bottle from a single distillery. When it's in the cask and not filled, it's just malt whiskey. Its production technology and trademarks. During that year, all casks were transported from Tisecice to Vitsovice on the journey to start a new epoch of whiskey distillation in Moravia. Despite all those changes, we keep on carrying of what makes our whiskey special and traditional. History. Springs 2-row barley from Moravia, malt from maltings in Bruntal, dried in the traditional way, and casks made of the European winter oak, coopered by Moravian coopers. So that's the story. And on the back of the bottle have been a little bit more. So it's distilled in June 1996 and bottled in August 2016. And the bottle that you are holding in your hands is from one of the last casks of our 1996 Gold Cock whiskey. It is a distillate from malted barley grown in northern Moravia, prepared in Bruntal Malt House. Is dried over the peat from the mountain of San Sebastian. Its distillation takes place in Tisecice distillery near Olomouc. The new make was drained into heavily burned new oak casks from the European winter oak. So new casks, 20 years in fresh oak cask. Very good. When heavily burned means there's a thick layer of charcoal on the inside which will filter the sharp substances out of the whiskey, and there will be a deep layer of caramelized wood. So it's uncolored and it's no sherry in it, it's just from the wood. It's caramelized wood sugar. Very good. After more than 20 years, it was drained from the cask, and after 1 month resting in a stainless steel tank, it was bottled. Yeah. Fruity. So this one is 49.2, close to the limit. I'm sipping pour. Wonderfully fruity, and a lot of vanilla in it as well. Going over into oranges and vanilla and caramel. There are some wood notes in, and there's still an alcoholic note on it, so 49.2. In this case, it's quite intense. And there's some exotic fruits as well. Yeah. So I give it a few drops. I had a sip shortly before and it was intense, really intense. So I added a little bit, so I'm down to 46 or 45. Yeah. More fruitiness and caramel and vanilla from the oak. And it's, well, the oranges, juicy oranges, and some oakiness, yeah. But not this bitter cocoa or cafe oakiness. No, it's just light spiciness. Still intense. That's the wood, really. And, well, the oakiness, the spiciness going forward. Yeah, and peated barley? No. No peat at all. There's some aromatic oakiness in it, yes, but peatiness, no. Long aftertaste, long-lasting aftertaste. A little bit dry in the aftertaste. This is a good one. A little bit fruitier than you think, and a little bit more oak than you think. So it's a little bit different to the typical Scotch whiskies, but it's not as fruity as a typical eau de vie single malt whiskey is. Probably because the intense, fresh European winter oak cask used. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned, there's more to come, and feel free to share this video with your friends, give me a thumbs up, and add your comments about the taste of this whiskey in our whiskey database on Whisky.com.